What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes again. What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes again. What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes again. 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 What goes around just comes again.
I restarted it because I had to make a new VOD because you assholes were complaining that the stream wasn't working. Instead of thank yous, Jesus Christ.
And you know what? I can tell you're really pissed.
Oh my God.
Because you had a typo.
Rage type?
You had a typo,
dude.
You meant to type chill and you typed SHIE something.
Chill the fuck out, guys.
Oh, yeah,
Chill the fuck
exactly. God.
Hey, you know what? There's one thing I wanted to touch on.
I'm like trying to get, yeah. Anyway, I'll just.
There's one thing I wanted to touch on that we didn't.
What was that?
And it was what I told you on the phone when I saw the Natal. Don't you think that's probably opening the door for like the peripheral market floodgates, so to speak? You know, it's like
wear our gloves, add nothing to it.
Right,
yeah, like
right.
Here, buy this sword and shield for Maximo. You're gonna need it, you know, and like all these
kind
like,
of like how the Wii did. They had like the sword accessory pack and the little thing where you could actually put a tennis racket head on the end of your thing.
We're gonna get to someone who might be flooding the accessory market.
Yeah. Hey, I want to give shout-outs to all those guys who said thanks. I appreciate that. I really do.
He does.
I do. Those are the guys I love. The other guys are like,
They don't take any kind of stroke.
Fuck you.
Sounded like Bob Ross a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for right over
here. I want to
here.
paint you guys some happy little trees with my Natal.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's do some inaccurate palm tree leaves right here.
Here's a little sniper.
Hold on again.
I can't believe I forgot to talk about that.
Green.
That was awesome.
Fucking select green, Natal. Jesus.
When those two got together and made that elephant, that was awesome. That painting that guy did as a live demo was sweet. I totally forgot that I had more shit to rub in your face of how much ass the 360 kicks.
Oh my God, dude.
Thanks for bringing that up. Thank you for reminding me.
The Sony paint was like so much better.
Oh my God, it was not.
Oh my
maybe
God.
maybe more accurate, but it definitely was not more
because you
fun
know
to
what?
watch.
What would you rather do? Would you rather do paintings that looks like my fucking kid did them, or would you rather
that
do
guy
something
looked like
that's
he was
actually
standing
cool?
in a studio and had a whole wall to play with.
Maxi Payne, worst friend ever equals force. I agree.
Here. Watch this.
I thought it looked awesome.
Let me see.
I
your
thought
mic
that
for a
demo
minute
was
for
fun
us.
as hell to watch.
Oh God.
No, I'm not going to let you touch my mic because I know you're just going to want to mute it or hit me with it or shove it in some orifice.
I'm not. I'm going to show you a demonstration. The iToy.
I like how you can hear wind
Revolutionary.
graphics in the background.
Yeah, like you really needed my mic to wave two hands again.
All right, let's talk about the Sony press conference. And you know, at Sony began the press conference with actually this big montage of games. It was playing like the "Unite the World."
We're still alive. It was the "We're Still Alive" video.
Anyway, then they moved on. Uncharted 2. Sony came out.
No, you skipped them bragging about their sales numbers. They have to let people know, guys. There are a few people still buying it. Please make a game for it. We have an audience that's growing.
No, the PS2 though sells a ton,
and
I'm glad it's taking South America.
It has so many games out for it.
One Vision, thank you. It was
Dude,
One Vision.
Costa Rica, every household soon is going to own a PS2.
That's right, because
Ecuador,
it's cheap as fuck, and you got a library
Nicaragua.
of
So the demo
games.
that they started off with kicked ass.
Of what?
Uncharted 2.
Uncharted 2. It really did.
It looked
The scope of the
awesome.
game is unbelievable.
That helicopter sequence tearing everything apart as you ran. It just like total chaos, but yet it was manageable chaos. The way he just ran through everything looked Naughty Dog's freaking awesome.
And I love Nathan Drake.
I
think he's the bomb.
That was one of the best written games that I've played. Uncharted was
the
awesome.
PS2 is only $99, so if you're going to say it's overpriced, I think you should think before you type.
I totally loved Uncharted 2. Loved the first game. I'm hoping this game's a little bit longer. And, we're going to have some beta codes to give away later.
The
Nice.
fact that they dropped that beta.
Except anyone who talks shit when we came back. I guarantee you will not fucking be getting a beta code.
Guarantee.
That's right. We will
That was pretty
filter
nice,
you.
too, that they said at the end of that show. That was one of the only things that Microsoft didn't do. Last year, Microsoft actually got me excited because you remember we played a bunch of demos and shit on arcade right after E3, like a bunch of shit appeared on it.
Right.
Nothing came out, but Sony was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, tonight,
Yeah,
after our
which
show,
shocked me.
You can play the beta." I
Yeah,
thought
that was
that was
kinda
pretty
cool.
awesome.
And then
that
they
was
also
kinda
were
cool.
like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Final Fantasy VII," which we've got on here, and we'll talk about it a little bit.
And
but,
then they did the bundle pack. You heard about that, right? Or I told you about
yeah,
that.
yeah,
The day of the show, they did a
Yeah.
PS3 with a Final Fantasy VII bundle. So
What, like a code to download it?
no,
no,
like
Advent Children.
Advent Children.
Oh, Advent
Yeah,
Children. He
sorry.
said Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, the movie.
Yeah. So before moving on, Jack then he kept on saying this. Like this was definitely one of the themes that Sony was going for, and that was only possible on PS3. And he added that sort of douchebag. You're gonna hear that a lot this show. However, I mean, I agree. Just like Metal Gear Solid 4, I think there's a lot of shit they're doing.
Hold on.
You
while
want me
I
to?
go over here and suck my own dick
Oh,
for a minute.
all right. I'll just.
Only on the PS3.
I will say the little
Can you
action
blow
segment they showed us
yourself?
from Uncharted 2 looked more amazing than anything I've seen on a 360.
You want to know?
Although
I'm gonna
Alan
skip
Wake was
ahead.
pretty damn close.
I'm going to skip ahead and say the best fucking game I have ever seen in my life is Gran Turismo 5.
It's so
fucking
owned. Forza 3.
believable.
Owned.
And I'll
Forza.
never play it, but holy
I won't play it
fucking
either.
shit.
But dude,
It
how's
looks-
If you didn't know you were watching the
Unbelievable.
conference, if my dad would have walked in,
He
he
would
would
have
have
been
thought
like-
the NASCAR shit
Was
that they
on,
showed
yeah.
blew my mind.
Yeah.
He would have said,
Yeah.
"Oh my god,
but
that
how,
looks like real TV."
Car games
Dude,
always look really
No,
good.
but you don't understand.
But it looks so much
Gran
better than Forza
Turismo
3, which
is
is
a huge franchise.
I know it's a giant franchise.
and maybe not so much in US, but Euro and
No, it's
Japan.
huge all
dude.
over. It's
Fuck.
huge in US
it's
too.
big. It is big.
Yeah,
But the
NASCAR
fact
and
that like
WRC.
Microsoft showed up with Forza 3 to pimp out, they showed up with Gran Turismo, and Gran Turismo owned Forza 3's face. And Gran Turismo's been in development forever. Forza 3 should be beyond it, I think.
Yeah.
And they're not even close.
And then, of course, if you dissect the trailer, there's damage too. A lot of things that people were.
it still doesn't get
bitching
me
about.
excited to like play the game, but to look.
I
at
know,
it,
but I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, fuck, man. This is technically. Remember, PS3's still a year behind, and I'm just like, I'm really blown away at some of like what they're capable of achieving. I think it's fucking amazing. They then showed Mag, which. The big thing was that they actually had 256 live players apparently.
They showed them all on the
playing
screen. That was
this.
pretty amazing.
They did show them all on the screen. That was cool. And then they kind of like showed a demo. And I'm like,
Here's what I was worried about when I played the game. There's going to be a whole bunch of nothing to do.
Yeah,
That guy was
dude.
always involved in something throughout that entire demo. I still think it just looks
Yeah.
okay, and your arm holding your gun still looks goofy as
It-
hell.
I-
But he
it's-
still was in action the whole time.
Yeah, he was. And the thing is like, I really don't feel like I'm going to be able to make a fair assessment of that game until I play it. Because,
exactly.
like, of
But
course,
the reason
the
why
big.
he was in action the whole time is
He had
because they were
256 players.
yeah
Right.
they
So
were
if I
in-
get that experience that he just showed, I'm a lot more excited for Meg
and
than I thought.
there was a lot of things that they said that I would have liked, because I complained, well, is it going to be like Battlefield where I'm going to spawn way the fuck back here and go, no, it's got like the Killzone 2 functionality where you're spawning on top of your
Yeah, you
squad
keep making
leader,
spawn points
who
as soon as you
actually
take shit.
really sounds like your squad leader is a major part of it.
You could get
But,
a dipshit
you
that
know,
could ruin the game.
Then I start worrying about, well, what's going to happen when, like, when you just want to pug for a few minutes or whatever. And so, I mean, does it look good? Is it impressive with 256? Yeah. But I
it was
still
neat when
like.
they came out and said every gunshot explosion you hear in the game will be caused by a player, and then when you're playing the game, you were like, "Shit, there's a lot of
There's
chaos
a lot of
happening."
stuff going on. So
And when they zoomed out that map, and you were like, here's your 20-person squad, 20-person
Right.
squad, 20-person squad versus this. Those maps looked epic.
It'll be really interesting to see how that game does. I know there's at least a fairly large FPS crowd with the SOCOM guys that are looking forward to this, and the Killzone
You
guys.
said it really good when you said that it looks plain, but the scope of the game looks
Exactly.
amazing. I agree with you there.
That's that's pretty much how I felt about it. So then there was a big focus on the PSP Go and PSP in general. I did like the fact that Kaz kind of made fun of themselves when they were like the worst kept secret of E3.
I love
Yeah.
that they poked fun at themselves the whole time. They're the only
That
ones
was
that
good.
really
That was
generated
good, dude.
genuine laughs during their
yeah,
presentation.
absolutely.
And you know what? The PSP Go looks good. I like it. I don't know if I'm gonna go get one.
I don't know if I'm sold on the having
I
to buy
am.
everything.
Before
I
I
am, but
drop,
I'm in a little different position.
Before I drop $250 on a Go, I will buy a PS3. I will get a PS3.
Oh, you better, bitch.
Yeah,
I won't
I'll
let you get a PSP
I'll get
Go
a
before a
PS3
PS3
first before a PSP Go.
What I do
Straight
like is that one of the reasons I hate my PSP so much is that overextended time your hands cramp holding it like
Yes,
that.
yes.
Having those pads right there under it looks a lot more playable. Sony said we are going to find a way for you to
the
get your
UMD.
UMD games
Right.
to still get access to them on this new machine. So seeing what they do there, that'd get me a lot more excited. But I'm not ready to
Now,
jump from my
here's-
brand new one to
right,
this new
and
one.
here's where I'm coming from, because people are like, of course you're going to get a PSP Go, but that's actually it's not just like, oh my god, new PSP, I've got to have it. I've told you guys on the show that like my PSP UMD
broken.
drive has
You're
been
waiting
broken,
for a new one.
and I have kind of been waiting. I wasn't expecting, when I saw Kaz pull it out of his pocket, and I realized
Just
it was
looks so
basically,
slick.
I mean, it was basically like that small. It was like the size of my iPhone. I was like, holy
It was pretty
fuck.
slick. It's as big as the screen.
And
Yeah.
they announced a lot of titles and a lot of functionality of it. And my question to you was,
Are any of those titles something I'll play?
your iPhone though? why-
Yeah, but you know what?
PSP's
I've seen
no better than an iPhone.
I've seen Resident Evil on the iPhone, and it's shitty. For the iPhone, it's great. It's got 3D graphics, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But you know what? The PSP games that they were showing were fucking
DS
Did you
the
see
DS
Gran
and iPhone
Turismo
are
on
ready to go.
PSP?
It looked awesome.
I
It
mean,
did.
Metal Gear looked amazing. Peace Walker looked fucking amazing on the PS3, and I think one of the reasons I'm gonna buy it is because I've sort of been PSP-less. I've still got a ton of games left over. I'm
Was
into
it?
the
You know what
digital
did
download
suck is that
thing,
no second analog, which I wanted, and the placement of the original analog is really awkward. Did you see where it is? It's kind of like off to the right of your
Yeah.
original left pad. That's kind of an awkward placement. I'll have
Yeah.
to see how it feels in my hand. Visually, it looked awesome.
But
Kind of like having a slick piece of hardware in your pocket.
Oh
That's
yeah,
way to
the
go.
other big thing that they said is that Sony was cutting the dev costs of
Like 80%. I heard that. I
80%
remember
in an
hearing that.
effort to try, and I think that's a smart move.
Dude, we
It's-
didn't talk about the fact that we saw Fat Princess
Oh,
on the
Fat
PSP.
fucking Princess.
Yeah,
also.
dude, Fat Princess
And it looked
on the PSP.
exactly like
That's
the PS3
fucking dope,
version.
dude. That's dope.
So I would like to see the next generation of PSP games have more multiplayer support that's not ad hoc. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not ad hoc, because more times than not, I am not with 4 guys or 8 guys or whatever that
wireless
have
is coming
PSPs.
pretty standard nowadays.
Well, the
Yeah.
wireless is, but it's the functionality built into the games.
Right.
I'm hoping Fat Princess is going to allow me to connect to a server because I'm on Wi-Fi and then
And
play.
play.
I'm hoping we get the
Not
Not
same.
having
ad
to
hoc.
hope that Force and I have one, and we're like, oh, let's play
Exactly.
together. Yeah.
So
This-
then they what?
There's 300 PS1 gaming classics that
Yeah.
they're bringing out, and Microsoft just said we are killing all old games. No more old games will be coming out for our machine.
Really?
And Sony's
think-
like, we're bringing out 300 of them.
You know what? I got to be honest with you. I think that Microsoft's always suffered with backwards compatibility. I think
Yeah.
that probably has something to do with it. I mean, from this point forward, I doubt they will, but I don't think they realized what the Xbox
Have
was
you-
going to do.
Dude,
I'm just curious to know, have you played a PS1 game on your PS3?
Absolutely.
It looks
Played
like
a couple.
shit,
It
like
does look like
garbage.
shit.
Because you're playing it on like an HD.
Like,
but
I just wish there was a way they could somehow fake
the deal
high
is,
res the old
Yeah.
games instead of
there
making them
aren't-
look so
there aren't
old.
a lot of. I know they're saying they're releasing the 300 PS1 games on the PSN network or on the PSN.
yeah.
But there aren't really a lot of old PlayStation games I want to go.
But
There
you
are a lot
know
of the
what?
games that were
you know
good
what?
at the
Will
time,
you know
at
what
the
I will
moment.
buy?
What?
Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Tekken 2, Tekken
Alpha 2's
3.
out, dude.
Alpha 2?
For
I have
PS1.
Alpha 1.
Oh, maybe it was Alpha 1.
I have Alpha 1.
Yeah.
You know,
The fighting games.
Yeah.
There's also that one game I think I would. Do you remember the game you set the traps in? I fucking.
Oh,
loved,
yeah, you
I
did.
loved the
What
shit out of that
Tecmo's
game.
Dungeon.
No, it
something?
wasn't Dungeon.
No,
But yeah, it was Tecmo.
it was a Tecmo game.
We were just
and
recently
you-
talking about it because Tecmo's bringing out a
Because
new
dude,
game.
I played the shit
Not
out of that
Trap
game.
Gunner either.
Not Trap Gunner. No,
But it
They
is where
had
you set
two
traps
sequels.
now.
Tecmo's
Deception,
Deception. I fucking loved.
Alpha 2 came out last
I
night.
loved that game.
I
my
knew
God,
I
you are
saw a
going
new one on the
down.
screen. I knew I saw a
Dude.
new one on the store.
You are going down. What?
I'm not going down.
At Alpha 2?
No.
All right. Well, I'll just let you know. I've been playing Alpha 1, so my Alpha
Okay.
counters are fucking
That's sweet.
pretty good right now.
All right.
And then they announced,
It's kind of a big coup.
this was already sort of like, this was a part of it, I guess. But I'm sorry, I just totally fucked up my words. This was sort of known.
Yeah,
right?
we didn't know
right?
what kind of game we were
right.
getting.
We knew that there was eventually going to be a Rockstar exclusive PS3 game. It was finally announced with pretty much no anything behind it other than the fact that it's called Agent and that it has it's
in
a
the 70s.
spy espionage sandbox game, I'm assuming.
And I wonder because they'd been talking about they're making LA Noire. Is this the one that they're talking about, or do they have
Right.
2 games in development?
So I mean, was I excited? No,
That's
because
still
I didn't see
Rockstar's still a
gameplay.
big name to drop at a conference.
It is. But again, just like when Microsoft said Crackdown 2, oh cool, but let me see some
let me see
gameplay
some
and
stuff.
shit. So same kind of thing. Cool. Let me see some gameplay. I gotta tell you, I mean, most underwhelming. Like,
Wow.
I'm totally like.
You didn't think
not
that airplane
interested.
demo, the Da Vinci wing device
No,
that he
dude,
zipped around the city in?
Assassin's Creed looks like fucking shit. Did you
what?
see the clipping
Looks
and
like
all that,
shit?
dude?
Plays like shit?
When he was
Dude,
playing,
It
there
didn't
was-
look
just-
like shit.
Honest-
It looked
did,
awesome.
dude.
Just not
It
my
looked
type
gay.
of game.
There was only one thing in the whole demo that fucking looked awesome.
In fact,
and it's the double kill. The fact that
Yeah,
you can run up
use
and
two
like
knives.
fucking double jab.
I thought that
Mark my
airplane
words.
that he did was pretty sweet.
I believe there are more people like me than there are people like you.
You didn't.
And hold on, I don't think Assassin's Creed 2 will do as well as Assassin's
Oh, I think it'll
Creed
do
1.
much bigger.
You
But I have
do?
a question for you. You
I
didn't-
won't buy
you
Assassin's
didn't-
Creed 2,
I won't
and I
either,
bought
dude.
that
I
fucking
won't.
first
Play
game.
Assassin's Creed 1 all the way through.
I played it until
Fuck
I got
no,
to like
dude.
the
The
fourth
fucking
level.
game
and I'm
totally
like,
bored the fuck
I
out
got
of me.
It had a cliffhanger ending that makes me
Well,
want to see part 2.
Dude, it was
Cliffhanger
the
ending. You
same
know what? You
fucking
had to
thing.
get me there
over
first.
and
It was, but
I just think there's a lot of people that bought Assassin's Creed 1, like me, who, I mean, for what it was, is a good game. I know a lot of people liked it, but I think there's
Dude.
a lot more people that just won't buy the second one.
Safe 911.
But I could
I'm
be-
gonna
I could be wrong.
I think you're
straight
gonna
up
be
with you
wrong.
right now. Safe 911 says every guy that bought Assassin's Creed 1 will buy Assassin's Creed 2. And
I won't.
will not buy it.
I will
And
not buy
I
it.
bought Assassin's Creed 1.
I thought Assassin's Creed 1 was short and repetitive, but awesome. Like, I didn't mind repeating the
So
same shit
I
'cause
think
it was
Assassin's Creed 2, they're going to be like, oh, it's better. It's going to be
Assassin's-
it's going to be long and repetitive.
Right.
cool. Well, they said he sat down and said the number one thing he said to his team was, we need variety this time.
Yeah.
If they deliver on that, visually the game looked awesome. If it's
Dude,
not repetitive, it's going to be cool.
That just
They fucking
means
shot
that
their
basically
wad,
means
dude.
like, guys, sorry, but we can't have the same four
Dude,
objectives all the time.
Yes, exactly. So
Sorry.
Wouldn't
So
you
now
like
you
that?
gotta make two new
Would you
ones.
like that game if there was a ton of different shit to do?
I don't
Dude.
know.
That was our
dude.
number
don't
one
think-
complaint was repetitiveness.
I don't think there's going to be a ton of... I think they shot their wad with the fucking Galileo flying fucking thing. I think that's
Oh, no
I
way,
think
dude.
that's the change. Oh, guess what? Not only can you ride a horse, now you can fucking fly on some fucking fake-ass airplane
there's supposed
by
to be a
trying to
ton
fly
of
through
inventions
fucking
you find
fires
throughout
in
it.
the town.
There are supposed to be a bunch of, and that,
We'll
I mean,
see.
like that sounds.
I will
good.
rent it. I will rent it, and I will play it.
I will not buy it though.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I will.
I will
buy
not
it.
buy it.
Knowing the length of the first one, I would not buy it either.
So-
I don't know where I'm speaking from to, but I'm excited to play it.
But this demo also during the Sony thing was holy fuck long.
It was long.
It was holy shit
It
long.
looked good. That's why they like having it up there because it showed off their machine.
We mentioned it during the Microsoft press conference, and now we're going to mention it in a kind of bigger scope. Final Fantasy 13. It is coming out spring 2010. I actually did predict, and I really was positive that it was going to happen, that Sony was going to somehow have squeezed out a month
A
or
window
two
of exclusivity.
right on him, and I thought, but no.
No,
I mean, they haven't said March, and anyone hasn't said January. They're both saying spring 2010.
Their next announcement, well,
It's-
you
I'm
dude,
guessing that's
it's
not
to
gonna
gonna
us,
be
be-
it's
the
not that
case.
big a deal, but their next announcement was a big deal to a lot of people.
It was kind of
it was
kind of a big deal to me.
Yeah, it was bigger than
Final,
Day
and then
date.
yes,
Because-
by the way, love Final Fantasy 13. Can't wait for it.
Because when he said it, my first reaction was, well, it seems a little soon for Final Fantasy 14.
Right, and then
And
they
then he's
revealed
like,
that it's
MMO.
MMO.
And then I got excited. I was like, oh, shit, dude, Final Fantasy MMO. And then I thought about when I played Final Fantasy 11.
See, you're
if they
wrong.
correct some of their mistakes,
No,
it could
listen.
be fun
And I was
again.
like,
listen,
dude,
listen,
the
listen,
fucking
listen,
grind, leveling
listen,
down.
listen,
I know,
listen,
I know.
listen.
No, I will let you get your point out because you and I
But it
talked
just
about
totally
this literally
negates
for like
anything
18
you're-
minutes.
Yes, I know.
Well, negate it after I say it, and I know what you're gonna say, and I hope that fucking Square does fucking do what you're saying they're going to do. I don't know
What,
if
get
they
rid of the
will.
de-leveling?
Dude, no, come on. Okay, here's my. I absolutely believe 100% I am right on this. Okay, first off, Final Fantasy 11 was released in October 2003. All right, imagine the years of development they had in this game. What did they have to work off of?
PS2.
EverQuest.
You know, I'm talking about MMOs,
DAOC.
DAOC, like, you know.
UO.
So they're right. Now, we can all agree that Warcraft changed the face of MMOs. And if you're not at least taking from what the most successful MMO has ever done, then you're automatically setting yourselves up for failure because MMO players expect certain things. They now expect a fucking quest thing over people's head,
Yeah,
or
but-
else it's just not.
They also like to carve their own path, though.
But listen.
They want people playing
No,
for 3
hold on.
years to get level 20.
Hold on. I believe they already found that audience. So I think that their approach to this is going to be everyone is going to fucking play this game. So they're going to take it, they're going to Warcraft the fuck out of it, and they're going to get everyone to play this game, including their previous. But I
And
think
I
the
hope-
fact that Square has 4 now additional years, even 5 of MMOs to take off of.
Yeah.
I don't believe that they are going
Well,
to.
I mean, I hope you are correct. And right now it's all speculation because all we know is that
You're
Final
right.
Fantasy
You're
14
right.
is being
but and you know
released
what? I will
exclusively
gladly eat my
for the
shoes.
PS3.
Well, not my shoes, but I mean,
And
I'll
I won't lie. I'll give it a try. I want to try
I'll give it a try too.
But you know what?
I have.
the minute I die and I level down,
If you level down,
Dude,
I'm automatically not
if
sold.
they
I'm not-
even
I'm
say,
not even gonna fucking
if they
go.
even say that is, I will denounce it from like the before release. That's not okay. I don't think they're going to take that route. I think they know what the fuck is up.
well, I hope there's some penalty for dying though. You
Yeah.
know, like, but whatever. Leveling down.
I think it is.
Let's talk about the gay glowing balls, dude.
Yeah.
You're right. I can't handle an XP loss because when you're fucking level 40 and you have to grind out this fucking
Right.
mega ass fucking
No, I
quest,
can handle
and then
XP
you
loss,
fucking-
not a level loss.
Yeah,
Leveling
dude.
down
what the
was
fuck are you talking about,
bullshit.
dude? That is bullshit.
That was
when you
bullshit.
have fucking like, oh yeah, it's gonna take us 103 million fucking XP to level, and you die and you lose a fucking million or 2 million. That's fucking gay, dude. That is gayer.
Someone
than
asked.
fucking,
Someone asked, what will be better, Star Wars, The Old Republic, or Final Fantasy 14?
I don't know, dude. That's
I
a
don't know.
tough call.
Star Wars has legs.
I won't play another Star Wars MMO.
Oh, you won't?
No,
Fuck no.
Even with
dude.
BioWare behind it?
because of the
Fuck no.
because of the credit duping. That killed it.
I don't
for you.
care who it is. It fucking
I
killed
don't know
it.
if it's that type of game, though.
I don't think it is. That's another reason why I'm probably not going to play it. Sony's motion control. Absolutely agree, Force. Even though he came out and was like, this is a prototype, engineering prototype. Couldn't you have made at least a cooler looking prototype? Like, it could have been that exact thing with like a more, like
Dude.
speared tip or something, but the ball did look kind
Instead
of
of
gay.
fucking 2 drumsticks that glowed, and drumsticks by I mean the ice cream drumstick,
Right.
dude, it looked gay.
It did look gay.
And all this shit that
But
they
again,
had on the
it's
screen,
prototype, so-
all this shit they had on the screen.
That's what you were
looked
talking about, Accessoryville?
gay, dude.
That looks like Accessoryville,
What are you
dude.
talking
Everyone's going to
about?
be strapping shit onto
the
their
only
balls to
dude-
be
But
able to
it
look
already
at
Yeah,
does it
dude.
to you. It's
The
not
only-
going to be a ball, first
the only
off.
part of the
I
demo
guarantee you it won't
that
be a
looked
fucking
cool,
ball.
and Force was talking about this yesterday, was the skeleton part. But dude, still, even they were like,
I thought the RTS part, the part where he went into first person shooter, the part where he wrote his name actually really blew me away. That I saw that it was that accurate. It's unbelievably accurate, and I actually could maybe see more of a hardcore game being made with those controllers than I ever could with the Microsoft one.
Maybe it is super accurate. Maybe they didn't need to get fucking weasel fucking fecal matter dude fucking up there like swinging it around looking like a complete fucking dumbass because he's like, look how responsive it is.
But dude, it was a fucking tech demo.
I thought it was
I'm going to say that over and over. It was a fucking tech demo. And you know what? Props, Sony. Props to you that you would be willing to show off basically some really shitting looking software so that you could truly show at least what your shit can do. They did not show one fucking piece of fabricated anything, and to that I've got to give them mad props for. Now, do I still think I'm going to be jumping out and going, oh my God, I've got to get this? No. However, there are some at least draw me towards it. One thing is that I already own a PSI. I own an iPhone.
Now that one has got to be much cheaper for me to get on it, but I thought it looked okay too.
The people in the channel are saying it looked better than the Natal.
It did not look better than the Natal.
It did not.
I think they're two completely
perspective. From a gamer perspective, I'm more behind this.
Right.
From an overall changing my life and gaming and my console and how I view things, Natal was much bigger in that area. But I saw more practical applications for
I would agree. And I definitely wrote that. I felt that, I looked at Natal and I can't imagine playing a hardcore game with Natal.
No.
I can't imagine playing a hardcore game at all just with the lack of a button. And that was another thing that Sony touted is that, yes, we've still got buttons on our thing.
You need a button. They said you need a freaking button.
I think that it's more kind of like the PS3 going, Nintendo, you're about ready to suck our nuts. I don't even know if PS3 was ready for Natal, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think maybe
they kind of went. I think they kind of went we're gonna fucking one up.
Yeah,
Nintendo.
We're gonna do Nintendo's Wii and make it the most accurate ever.
Exactly. So I don't. Again, I am not jumping on the bandwagon for any motion control as far as I'm concerned. Just not really my interest. However, in terms of a gaming applications, I definitely feel like even Sony won over the fucking Wiimote Plus or the Wii.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, I do think they updated there too.
So, and I still think that
dude, the fucking Samsung Instinct went over the fucking Nintendo fucking shit, dude.
What? The what?
Exactly, dude. My fucking Instinct, my fucking knockoff iPhone fucking is better than any shit I see coming out on the Wii, dude.
All right. So then they showed Mod Nation Racers, which is kind of like Little Big Planet meets Mario Kart. What do you guys think about that?
What blew me away was when the guy made a track from start to finish and raced it, and the graphics looked hot as hell for being a kart racer. That's what PS3 needs to do, is just be like, our shit looks amazing. Look at how cool our kart racer looks.
I think they should push this whole, they've actually got something, I think, going with the whole Little Big Planet.
Make shit. Constantly be downloading
and share it. Exactly. I think that's a pretty smart,
And when I told you, when we saw that he's chasing that guy and he shot off 10 rockets at once, and then they just went crazy around a track he had just made in a few minutes. It was cool. I mean, I couldn't believe I'm getting excited about a kart racer, and I thought it was pretty awesome.
And, some people are actually mentioning it. A lot of people are speculating that Mod Nation is going to possibly be their new, Mod Nation Racer is just the start, and then, what will be next?
Well, no, because it's their new play, create, share.
Right.
So they're going to be a whole new genre of a game
but
where you
saying
can make stuff for.
Mod Racer,
and
like someone said, Mod Nation Shooter, where you get to make your own maps
make your own
and
stuff,
have a first-person
you and I talked
shooter.
about this on the phone, and I agreed with you on this aspect about Sony, where they're kind of leading the pack, and that's giving games to their community and letting the community build maps. Mod player.
The fact that they gave you the ability to
content,
right? Totally.
Player created content, and definitely, I will agree with you 100%. Sony is in the forefront of that.
Unfortunately, it's not the biggest area of gaming right
exactly.
now. So.
It's not, but it's still cool, and it's not gimmicky.
No.
There are gimmicky things that some companies are doing, and I don't find that to be a gimmicky thing. So,
absolutely. I would agree with you on that. So Mod Nation Racers looks really awesome as we get through here. We're almost done. Probably Still, one of my most anticipated games, a PS3 exclusive.
Not one of mine. It is my.
And I'm going to just let Ed take this whole segment. What is it?
I am buying a PS3.
He said it, folks. We heard him say it right away.
I am buying a PS3, and I watched a lot of shit during the Sony press conference, and I hands down still think Microsoft had the better press conference. But when I saw this title, I knew this is the reason why I need a PS3. And it's Ico 3. It's The Last Guardian. I played Ico. I played Shadow of the Colossus.
So phenomenal.
Shadow of Colossus was such a great game because not only is it like a puzzle game, but it's a puzzle game because you're
action.
It's like you're constantly fighting bosses, and the puzzle is
the boss.
How do you take the boss
It's
down?
one of the best game experiences ever.
And
that's why I'm so excited
dude,
for this
The Last
one.
Guardian, I know. The shit I saw, that was in-game. That wasn't...
Oh, yeah.
All of that was in-game.
They've never done like a CG trailer ever.
Had they said that The Last Guardian would be multi-platform release, I would maybe held out a little bit longer on the PS3. But since it's
Sony.
PS3 exclusive,
owned by Sony.
It's owned by Sony, and now they're saying, hey, motherfuckers, we're giving it to you. I'm buying a PS3.
It looked amazing.
So,
there it is.
The only thing that
There
sucked
it is.
was the fact that
Convert.
we had already seen the trailer. I mean, imagine if we would have been seeing it for the first time.
Convert.
It's not that I've seen the light. I know that I should own a PS3. I do a video game review show. It's just expensive.
I know.
And I know, like, The Last Guardian's going to be out sometime next year.
Right.
Which means I can...
He could start saving his quarters.
No, I can hold
Cha-ching,
out. I can hold out
cha-ching.
until September when the Tokyo Trade Show
Shizzo, you came
goes
late.
on.
We already talked about Shadow Complex.
When the Tokyo Trade Show goes on. And,
I think they're going to announce a price drop.
the price drop. They're going to announce a price drop at the Tokyo Trade Show, and I think they're going to announce the PS3 Slim. Because, I mean, they showed so much shit at E3. What are they going to go to Japan and show? I think the big news is going to be a price drop.
Well,
I still
think-
don't think they're going to show a Slim, though, until they get rid of their units.
I actually kind of agree with Force. I think they're more apt to go with a price reduction just to try to scoop in that final, like, come buy me because we know you're going to play me on the PS3 Final Fantasy 13.
And there was one other thing that I picked up on during the conference, and he showed like that, like, we have 364 new titles coming out, and I told Force about this. He's like, and with developers like Capcom bringing games like, fuck, why can't I think of it right now? I thought it was only going to be...
Lost Planet 2. Yeah.
Yeah, with Capcom bringing great titles like Lost Planet 2 to the PS3, we're still going to
I
be
think
ahead.
I understand it's still an exclusivity window with Microsoft.
What?
'Cause someone
Why
else
would he
picked
say
up
that?
on it.
During
I don't know.
He said that
I
during the
don't-
conference.
I don't know,
And the other
dude.
thing, did
I
you see?
think-
Did you
dude,
see during the footage
in
they
mind-
showed some Kingdom Hearts stuff? Which
Yeah.
I wish they would have talked a little bit more about Kingdom Hearts, but whatever. And then they showed footage of BioShock 2.
Yes. Which they did not. Which Microsoft showed no footage.
No,
I
they
got.
didn't.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I think that as much as there's an exclusivity war between specifically Microsoft and Sony, I think the publishers want the fuck out of it. I think that they want that,
Both
like
platforms. They want as many people as
remember
possible to be
when
able to
they
buy
were
their shit.
still developing and they were like, God, the PS3 is a fucking bitch. To all the big name developers have all released games now. They've got their own like libraries running. They've been, now it's like, okay, we can put it here, we can put it here, we can put it here. I think those guys want to make that extra buck, and I don't think that fucking it's worth it to them anymore to go for that. I don't know. I could be wrong because Microsoft, and look what Microsoft does. We'll take $50 million for 2 episodes of fucking Grand Theft Auto 4 and then don't promote it. Like, I just fucking mind blowing,
I don't
dude.
get that either. So.
We talked about GT5. Absolutely amazing to me. Although I've never been a racing fan, the game just looks epic, and I think what Mike says is right on. You show that to someone who's not familiar with today's games graphics, they're gonna think it's the fucking real deal, dude. Unbelievable. God of War 3
Looked awesome.
Just
Took a long
fucking-
time. I actually was pissed that I saw that demo because I don't want to ruin anything for
I'm
it.
just
I know
glad
it's a
it
must
stopped
purchase.
early because they ran out of time. So, and I haven't watched anything, anything more. But I can't wait.
Although
for
I
God of
I
War
swear
3.
to God, We've already played through that scene they showed. That kind of let me down a little bit. Running around with a big boss stomping shit while you're trying to get an arrow to shoot at him.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
Dude, that demo was.
Dude,
that
I
demo
guarantee
was-
you.
But it still looked hot.
I guarantee you that
And I
they're
don't-
doing that on purpose.
I don't know if you did. You watch
something
save
else
it.
has to
Did
happen.
you watch
No,
the-
something else has
Did
to
you
happen.
watch the whole G4 TV?
No, I only watched what they did streaming. They actually cut the live demo off, so I haven't seen anything.
They
aside
did more
from
of the demo
I'm sure,
afterwards on G4. Like
All I know is it looks amazing, and I totally expect it.
it does
to
look
deliver.
amazing. And now that there's like 4 titles, basically, I want to play on the PS3. I think now it's
Time.
it's kind of warranting the need to buy a PS3.
As soon as you get one, there's some
Love
launch
it.
shit that you still need to
So-
go through.
And that's right. I said 4 titles.
We're gonna
I'm
probably
sorry,
be going
I'm sorry,
over, guys.
there's not
Don't worry.
all these titles that I want that you guys all love.
Well, let's try to
All
finish
right.
this up and move on.
Yeah, let's do this real quick. Unmentioned, PS3 Slim, talked about that. Anything from Insomniac. Heavy Rain, although they released a lot of footage prior to E3, and it
Yeah.
was at Sony's booth. It wasn't a part of their conference, although they did mention it.
And they did drop the title of the next Ratchet and Clank, so at least we know they're doing something.
Yes. No Starhawk. They didn't, during their presentation, talk about Metal Gear Solid Rising, but apparently in all the interviews after that, they were very open to talk about it. And, of course, the price drop. And, again, when asked about the price drop, Sony said that E3 is about content and that it was not the right venue to announce. So I don't know how different E3 is than Tokyo Game Show, if that was what he was sort of speculating on. But I also gave Sony a B+.
I kind of like the fact that you gave him a tie. Because, I mean, in my eyes, Microsoft blew me away, but the fact that it was even Microsoft was able to tie your fanboy enthusiasm really blows me away. I gave it a B+ also. I thought it was a really, really solid show. Microsoft was just a little bit better.
For me, it was all about the games. I
Yeah.
felt
I
like
think both equally showed games, and I think Microsoft beat them in motion controls.
And I gave them a B+ also. I mean, because there were titles that got me excited. But
you want to buy a PS3? It did
I
want to
buy a PS3.
it's not that I'm
but
not a fanboy.
Overall, I really thought Microsoft had.
I want to
a better
respond
conference.
to Wild Matt. It's not that I'm not a fanboy. It's that I've really tried to be a lot more. I mean, Force will tell you I've been playing a bunch of 360 lately. You know, I'm just going to go to the exclusives where I am, but my home system is still the PS3. And, you know, for you guys, it's better because Force's home system is the 360. You know, like at least when we get 2 different games, there's comparison to be done, if any.
Right.
But, you know, I'm going to be looking forward to when you are going back and forth between the two.
Yeah, I'll play
trust
back
me.
and forth between the two.
Ubisoft, I don't even give a fuck.
Darn,
about
do we even care about the rest
Ubisoft.
of this stuff?
Yeah.
No, the EA fakes Dante Inferno picket line as viral marketing campaign. I just got to tell you guys, every time I saw this fucking story, I would skip over it. Like when they were like,
I saw the
they're
photo of the
like,
people holding the posters.
yeah, they're like, some people are protesting, and I'm like, fuck that.
The funny thing is,
so
is
it's supposed to be a
thought,
marketing campaign.
how did those just white trash
What were
looking
they- what
bitches
were they
even
s-
know about Dante's Inferno? No,
I
no.
don't know. Give
they
me a
were
break.
they were talking about hell is not a place that you want to promote.
Yeah,
and
hell
stuff
is
like
not
that.
a game, and it was a viral marketing campaign. And now they're
Oh
idiots
my
because
God.
I was like, I was not even interested when it was the fact that protests. I'm like, get that shit off of my fucking
And then you
blog.
find out it's a
This one's a big one though.
What?
This is like the only true
Surprise
story to come out of E3,
Absolutely.
not from the big 3.
So real quickly, I want to mention that I loved Brink, and I'm probably going to talk about it a little bit more on Sunday.
I like
during
that they're
Call
making
and
a game
Brawl.
just for console now,
Yeah.
as opposed to PC.
And what happens when you combine Kojima and Castlevania? I fucking can't wait. God of War meets Castlevania with a completely Western approach to everything.
And
I'm
visuals to die for. It
yeah,
looks so good.
yeah, and I don't think this is going to be necessarily a misfire like the PS2 Castlevania was. I think this one looks awesome.
Yeah, the PS2 Castlevania.
It
I
was
played
okay.
It was fun.
It was
but whatever.
okay.
But the narration, the production values behind this one just look
Yeah,
dynamite.
this one, from when I saw the actual
Oh, yeah.
It
trailer,
looked awesome.
it looked fucking awesome.
I actually
And do you have the trailer?
I have the trailer, but I'm actually going to, I just go watch it in HD. I want to show a different trailer, dude.
Okay.
And Force is going to be surprised that I actually want to watch this one. But this is courtesy
No,
of.
I'm not surprised.
This is
You guys will
courtesy
go
of-
back in the show, and I read about it in Game Informer months ago. Told Weed it was going to get him back in the genre.
And okay, what is it? Let's see it.
Well, is it not playing now? There we go.
There we go.
This is courtesy of Game Trailers. Thank you very much, Game Trailers. Appreciate that. I think that this game actually looks sweet, but I do have some questions.
I
about
knew
it.
when I read about it and saw the screenshots that it brought back that Burnout vibe, dude, that I missed from the last Burnout.
And dude, the fact that it has a Disney logo at the beginning fucking rocks me.
Why? Oh,
Because I just don't expect
you still
it.
You haven't played Pure yet. And
It's
realized
not
how
Boom
awesome it is.
Blocks. It's fucking Split Second, and it really does look fucking badass.
It looks, and the fact that like the way they've set it up to constantly be setting off explosions, and they talk about you'll take 4 or 5 laps, and there'll still be new shit blowing up on lap 4 and 5. That's what blows me away.
Dude, and what I said to Force is that I really hope that this game doesn't present the same situations over and over. You know, when you see the control tower fall at the end, I hope the control tower doesn't fall the same every single time.
And I'm telling you, I have faith that it won't.
Playing Red Faction, like, that is proof that you can have a game where different shit can happen every single time that you play through it. In fact, it probably can't even duplicate stuff. And I want them to have the same
Have that feeling.
You guys know, all you loyal fans of Epileptic Gaming, I do not love racers.
I don't either,
Except
dude.
we
and
had
that looks-
love. You
that
had
looks
much
cool.
love for Burnout. It looks
I
like
do.
it's
You know what
bringing
else
back
I
that
like?
vibe.
Burnout.
Stuntman Ignition,
Oh,
which
yeah,
looks like
Stuntman
Stuntman
is
has
awesome
a little bit
too,
of that.
See, I think that game looks fun. If like
Anyway.
the 3 of us are playing it together, you know.
We
it
had
does
fun
look
that night. We all sat and played
Yeah,
Burnout
dude.
that time.
So-
Some of those arcade racers are fun.
Yeah.
Sims suck.
All right, we are really, really short on time. Do you guys want to do our top
Are we?
5?
No, let's skip that, dude.
Why
I wanna
not?
I want to do the
Oh
battle
my
of the-
god, dude!
Dude, why
I
don't-
had official top 5 results.
Let's do it,
In
dude.
fucking
no, we're
envelopes,
gonna
dude.
do this top 5.
I just keep thinking
We'll
you
do
made
the
that
top
fat kid
5.
fighting in a sandbox.
I have official fucking top. These are like no one has seen. They were officially.
Let's do our top
sealed.
5. Let's do it. We
All
haven't
right,
done
all
a
right,
top
let's do
5
it.
forever.
All right.
You
What?
already
One for
said.
each?
Do you want me to
already said-
start? I'll start. Number 5. And the winner is, in 5th position, Metroid Other M. Fucking loved it. I
Wow,
can't
dude.
wait to play that one.
5th
your number?
position for me, Left 4 Dead 2.
5th position for me, Metroid, Project M.
Number 4.
All right.
Let's see what. Oh, whoops. I tried to go Johnny Carson style. It totally fucking backfired on me.
You guys
Castlevania and God of War 3, because they're kind of like, I feel like they're going to probably have similar gameplay, but they both fucking. Castlevania surprised me. God of War 3 is the one that I already knew was coming, but oh man, I can't wait to play Castlevania.
Number 4 for me was Alan Wake. I'm so sick of hearing about games that have taken a decade to make and look like they took a year. And this game looks like it's worth the wait.
Number 4 for me, for multiple reasons. 2 reasons, actually. Final Fantasy 14. Because I hope it's going to be good, but if it's bad and you level down, I can't wait to tell Wheat I fucking told you so. So
All right,
that's
we'll see that
Either
happen.
way, it's a win-win
a
situation
win-win.
for me.
Someone asked me to do it in a Screw Attack voice, so I'll do number 3 coming at you straight out of E3. We've got the 3rd most anticipated game from djWHEAT, and it is Final Fantasy 13. I cannot wait to play.
The thing
this
that doesn't
fucking
make
game,
my
dude.
list is because I've just been seeing the same fight battles forever. Like
Yeah.
it's old news now. What did get me excited though was Uncharted 2. Knew it was coming. First time I'd seen extended gameplay. Gotta play the demo. Had no idea it has a whole ton of co-op gameplay. Frickin' pumped, dude.
Yeah, a lot, dude.
That's your number 3?
A
Number
lot.
3. My number 3 is, should be no surprise, Project Natal. I really look forward to see what they're going to do, dude. I think the voice recognition, and if they can deliver what they showed, it's going to fucking change the way my home entertainment system is.
You ever wonder what the bottom of an Avatar shoe looks like?
Project Natal! Project Natal! Project Natal!
I still wonder where the hell did Natal
Bam!
come from?
Bam!
Is that not
Gay!
natal to you guys?
Gay!
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be natal, and
All right,
they
number
just
2.
fucked up, and now everyone is like.
It's Natal. It's Natal, isn't it?
Yeah,
Number
but the word's
2,
natal. I don't know why they're
coming
making
at
shit
you.
up.
Number 2, most anticipated game from djWHEAT. Bam! There it is. Oh my god, dude. This
I'm
is
so sick
my.
of hearing him talk about it. It needs to come
This
out.
is my surprise of the show, even though it's not my number
Whoa,
1.
dude.
This is.
I see it.
I am all the fuck over this. I think DJ Hero is gonna be fucking the boom.
Seeing him play it looks awesome.
Unbelievable. Now, keep in mind, guys, like I spun records, I played clubs, etc. I mean, It's fucking sweet.
And it's got a freaking
Fucking
soundtrack to kill for. I'm
sweet.
excited.
DJ Hero. I have PSP Go on there, but fuck that. DJ Hero. Fucking sweet.
Number 2 for me was actually Metroid the Other M. It was a much bigger shocker than it was for you guys, obviously. I put it way up on that list. I did not see that one coming. I'm excited for it.
Number 2 for me is actually 2 titles. It's Metal Gear Solid and the Metal Gear for the PSP. I'm excited.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I think the Metal Gear for
Right
the
on.
PSP set in South America, 10 years.
And it'll look exactly
10
like
years,
the PS2
dude.
one. They're capable of
10
doing
years
it.
before, like, Metal Gear Solid 4.
It's cool.
That looks dope, dude.
And all the clones. That fucking looks awesome.
Yeah,
All
it
right,
does
number
look
1 officially. I'm not even going to open it. Inside contains one note card that says The Last Guardian. I don't care that I already saw the footage. They get more polished footage. There's just something about that guy's games that are just
They're
fucking
just
amazing.
amazing.
You know? And
You know, he has
DJ
2
Hero
under
is
his
my
belt.
favorite of the show, but that's not necessarily that's like an entertainment game for me, you know? Where The Last Guardian is going to be that game that the day it comes out, I'm going to be fucking, all over it. I can't wait.
And you want to know what I actually
can't wait.
gave? Before
Bam! There it is.
Before I say my number 1, I actually wanted to give honorable mention to The Last Guardian and Brutal Legend, because I have seen this shit before, but everything I'm seeing coming out of both of these games is dynamite. Brutal Legend's looking so much more epic in scope than I thought it was going
Yeah.
to. Huge. But my number 1, I'm telling you guys, I actually got chills when I saw the video. I keep telling you that. Project Natal
Bottom of an average
blew
looks like.
me away. That was my number 1 by far.
What the fuck? It's not even a fucking game.
Dude, it was what shit were you excited about coming out of E3? And that Natal got me excited.
Oh, man. Do you realize how many fucking Avatar shoes Force is going to look at the bottom of?
The funny thing is that I knew they were doing a full body controller. That had been out there forever. But hearing it and seeing it in motion were 2 different things.
By the way,
Am
you
I
guys,
wrong? Am I wrong
by
about
the
my
way-
timeline
What?
on the Metal Gear for the PSP? I thought they said it took place
10 years
10 years
after 3.
After Metal Gear Solid 3.
Snake Eater.
Oh, I thought it was before.
It's right after the
4.
60s. It puts this one in the
After 3.
70s, which is
Okay,
new.
Okay. My fault, my
Chills
fault.
for Project Natal. I was the same thing. Also, if you'll notice here, one thing that was really funny when Kudo dipshit was doing the thing, I think it was actually because of that big fucking hoodie he was wearing, but his avatar was all like doing fucking
Weird shit. It saw
we were
his,
like, yeah,
his gut
stupid.
swinging and thought it was an arm.
Right. And I was like, dude, you'd think that you would probably wear something that would be very appropriate for.
Thank
You
you,
know.
everybody, for correcting me on my timeline. I appreciate it.
What was your number 1?
My number 1 here, I'll set it up here. You 2 can read it right there.
That's
What's
right,
it say?
Ed. Hook it up.
What's it
Again,
say?
the last.
And
the
I wanted
last
to put,
Guardian.
right there,
Last
dude.
Guardian.
What do you
as
think
my
about
number
that,
1,
Kiku?
Number
but it was the
1.
same video we just seen
Number
prior to
1.
E3, so I didn't think it
Doesn't
really counted
matter.
as E3.
The Last Guardian.
Doesn't matter.
I cannot fucking wait to play it. Cannot wait.
Bam, there it is.
Wonder what the bottom of an avatar shoe looks like?
Dude, I had no Uncharted 2 on my list, Mac. I'm freaking blown away, especially after playing the demo and seeing that helicopter game, that helicopter stage.
Look, Ed, they're saying you're officially awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You finally. All right, that dude, E3. That was my top 5. And you know what? It's nice that E3 really returned. Like that was.
It was good to have
the
it back,
old
and it was so
school
nice to be able to watch
E3.
it live. Such a great experience getting to know what it was like.
All right. Before we do our game review, we did have our very own Fat Baby go to the show.
Oh, we got
And
an on-the-spot
I just
reporter,
want
huh?
to. I just want to bring him on and talk to him briefly about what he really enjoyed as far as the show's concerned. Fat Baby, is that you? Oh wait, it would help if I. Fat Baby.
This is the Fat Baby.
This isn't Fat Baby. Hello, who is this?
This is DJ 2 Times. What's up?
Oh, what's up, 2 Times? Well, you weren't at E3. Oh, there he is. See, God damn it, 2 Times.
I'll tell you where I'm at.
What?
I'm
You're
at
at
the,
MLG
MLG.
Columbus, aren't you? Yeah, I want
Yes, sir,
to.
sitting next to it.
I'm gonna call you actually after the
All
show. Or yeah, okay.
All right.
All right, peace. Bye. All right, sorry, that was not.
Making a date on the show. We got valuable airtime and you're using it to hook up.
This is him, Fat Baby.
What's up, Fat Baby?
What's
Yay,
up?
how's it going?
It's going
What's up,
good.
Fat Baby?
Now we're way over
Love the
time already,
enthusiasm.
and we still have to review Infamous. So I'm gonna kind of keep you short. However, I want you. You were there. You weren't necessarily getting trailers shoved down your throat. You had the option to go to booth. Fat Baby, like, tell us what were some of the more impressive things that you saw throughout the show.
Bayonetta played great. It was awesome.
That's
played
surprising.
Really smooth.
Is it as naked and naughty as they're leading us to believe?
Dude, it is ridiculous. Like you'll be pole dancing and enemies will be like blowing
with
up
that.
and it's fucking crazy.
I am so down with
Shit
that.
going all over the place and jumping and like you're getting naked and hair and it's all over the place.
Your hair is a weapon, so every time you attack,
Yeah.
you get naked.
Dude, that sounds like a Saturday night at my house after the bar's closed.
Exactly.
Yeah, him getting his ass kicked.
Bayonetta.
I'm
surprised
so
about
glad.
that.
Well, I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, I said I'm surprised. That's good. That's good news to hear.
Oh, it was really cool. I'm really glad that you guys mentioned Split Second because honestly, that was the best thing I saw at the show. It was the only game I played multiple times of, and I almost considered staying in the booth for the entire
Fat
show.
Baby,
You
can you
can-
address Wheat's concern?
Yeah, can you address my concern about, I've been playing Red Faction. It's got the Geo mod, and basically, you'll never take down the same building, the same way twice. So what my concern was with Split Second is, they show in the trailer when the tower falls, does it fall the same way every time, or do you find that like the environment destructing reacts differently, so every race is different?
From what I played, it falls the exact same way every time. Like it won't fall, and then it won't fall, and then it'd be like, oh well, I can't go that way. It'll fall the same way, and you won't be able to go that way anymore. So
Does
it's,
it, does it throw litter
no,
across the track that you
no,
smack
I
around
know.
differently?
Kind of,
That's it, dude.
I'm sorry.
Fat Baby, what I told Wheat was that the tower will fall, but your car will wreck into it and throw debris across the place in different ways? Does that change?
I believe so. Yes.
All right,
But-
so how quickly...
It's not like Red Faction. No, it's not like Red
How
Faction.
quickly can they make it like Red Faction?
Well, they still have a whole year for it to come out. So
Well,
you never know.
I mean, dude, still the concept of it is great. That might move it more towards like a rental. But
We'll see.
I
as it
don't
gets
even know if I
closer.
was gonna buy it. But yeah.
Anything else blow you away,
Exactly.
Fat Baby?
Yeah. What else blew you away?
What else? Ratchet and Clank was really fun. Matt, I played
Wait.
Mag.
You saw the next Ratchet and Clank for PS3?
Yeah, I played
But
it.
Sony didn't announce it on their stage?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
they did.
It was, I have
They
no
showed
idea.
a title, but they didn't show
Wow,
anything.
yeah.
No, it was playable. There were like 3 different demos you could play of it. I played maybe like 3/4 of the way through before I decided I need to move on to something else. But it was really fun. I played Mag, which honestly I was really disappointed in Mag.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen any videos for it, but if you ever see any gameplay for it, there is just way too much HUD going on. There's icons like all over the
I
screen.
did
It's
see
so
that
much
all over.
bullshit that I can't even imagine trying to play this on like an SD TV because like you won't be able to see anything.
Okay.
Well, why do you own an SD TV?
I don't have one, but I'm just saying that I
all
know a
those who
lot of
do.
Dude, all those guys that bitched about Dead Rising, there was a lot of them.
Yes,
there was a lot
exactly.
of them.
played
I
Dead
was
Rising
one of them,
SD at the
dude.
time.
I was one of them.
We were
You
on
had an
SD at the
SD?
time.
I was on an
Oh.
SD
Yeah,
at
so
the
was
time.
I.
I had your old.
Oh,
remember your
God.
old TV?
The one where you had to wiggle the S video?
Yeah, dude. And then I was like, "Fuck this! It's time to get a new television."
What else, Fat Baby?
Have you guys played the first Dead Space at all?
I played
Yes.
it all the way through and loved it, especially loved the end boss.
Well, I think you'll really like Dead Space for the Wii. I was surprised how
And I
good
like the Wii.
What?
Dude, using some
Dude.
that's a place
It
where
looks
actually
like
using your
iPhone
hand motion
graphics.
looks cool. Doesn't look that bad. He's full of shit.
I was impressed in how it looked. It
Dead
looked
Space
pretty good.
Extraction coming soon to an iPhone near you because it's
and-
basically that same graphical
Don't
capability
let me
of the
forget.
Wii.
While I was in the EA booth, I got a chance to see, but I didn't get to play Dante's Inferno. And there is some shit in there that makes God of War look like a kid's game because there is fucking like blood.
You mean
and
brutality,
guts, like,
right? I've heard
yeah,
that.
the
Yeah.
I've heard
brutality
that.
of Dante's Inferno will sometimes make God of War 3 look like a baby's toy. I couldn't believe what they could get away with that in that game. I don't know if they can even come out with that and have it rated M.
No
Dude,
shit.
I like the sound of that. Bring out AO, baby. I'm fucking ready. You know
It's not what I
that.
expected from Electronic Arts, who's got their hands in all those genres.
Hey, Cyberspeed, they weren't actually picketing. It was
It was
Fake.
fake. It was
It
a
was
viral
fake. It
marketing
was a
campaign that
marketing
fucking
campaign.
failed massively. Good game. Good game. Did you go down to like the deep dark dungeons of E3 at all and see like any crazy
know-
shit? Like,
There was nothing in the there was no like deep dark.
oh, there
dungeon.
was no deep dark dungeon.
No, it was all part of the main show floor.
Wow.
So
Okay.
like you had all the smaller booths around like the really like big booths. Like you had like some you had Games Quest or whatever the hell
Right.
booth it is right next to Nintendo or right next to Sony. It was
Interesting.
It was kind of interesting because you had a good mix of everything.
Well, it gave those guys exposure.
Fat
too.
Baby?
Fat Baby, the big question is,
What?
how are the tits and ass, dude?
They were worthless. I see all the booth babes. None of them were
You know,
scantily clad.
they were okay. They were okay. There wasn't like they
who
weren't
had the like, oh my god, I want to fucking nail
If
that
Fat
chick,
Baby is
dude.
saying
Tecmo
they
did.
were okay,
Yeah,
they
Tecmo's
must have
Asian
been
girls
really
looked
weak.
the hottest.
Tecmo had the hottest chicks.
Tecmo didn't really have anybody. I don't
the
think-
photos I
I don't-
saw of Kotaku had those
I
two
didn't-
girls
I don't
handing out
even
flyers for
think
the
Tecmo
company.
had
Yeah.
a booth. Actually, I can't even think of it.
Koei, maybe that's who I'm thinking of.
Koei?
But,
Oh,
you know,
Koei would probably have some Korean bitches,
Sega
yeah.
had a Bayonetta booth, babe, which looked pretty good. I don't know if
She
you saw that.
actually
covered in
won
hair?
a contest. She won a
Really?
cosplay contest. They brought her out to E3. Apparently, her costume, which she made, was like to the point where her guns hooked to her
they
fucking
even had
heels.
they even had the
like,
guns
wow.
on the boots
yeah.
and whatever.
Although, unfortunately, the chick was just not that hot.
She wasn't.
No.
But
What do you
That's what you
expect?
expect for someone who'll take that much time.
Time, yeah.
Bayonetta Butterface.
Did she have big tits?
I don't.
They were
really think
okay.
so. Yeah, her suit wasn't tight enough. Big
Fat
I agree
Baby,
with
did you
Hannah.
by any chance go by Bethesda's booth?
I did, and it's one of those things where I can't understand. This booth was sitting right in the middle of the floor, and nobody but the press could enter it. It was just like a big black box with posters on the outside.
Wow.
You couldn't see any. There wasn't even a
They've
trail.
done that
on it.
before, though.
There was no gameplay.
When they
it was
first show
just like,
Haze.
yeah,
That's
it
what
was
they
just
did.
like a box of nothing, and all you could do was just hope you had a press pass or something.
But they,
Bummer, I
they
wanted
were
some
showing
Fallout
Brink.
news. Brink is what they're showing because I
Yeah.
heard they were making another Fallout game in the Fallout universe.
I heard they're making a Fallout MMO. Actually,
Well, I heard they got their rights back. They rebought the rights to make.
did you
one.
hear that though? That they're
They're not making one. They just got the rights back. It like expired on Interplay's contract, and they rebought the rights.
Right.
They're not making one, but now they have the ability to.
Fallout on iPhone? What? Who said really? All right, we still got to do our infamous review. Anything else, Fat Baby, that was just like overly? Oh my God! Was there anything that you weren't expecting to be wowed by that when you went to the show, all of a sudden it was like, holy shit? Aside from Split Second, obviously.
I don't know. Maybe Brutal Legend.
Okay.
I went in.
I
there
had a
thinking,
feeling
that
you were
looks
gonna
Did
say
they
that.
show gameplay?
Yeah, you could play Brutal Legend.
And
uh-huh.
what is it? Is it like a God of War?
It's kind of like a God of War. It's also it looks. I only got to play a little bit. There's some driving that you can travel through the world with. It's like a
Right.
God of War, and it's another sandbox game, I think. And they didn't have a whole lot there, but it was pretty good.
I like hearing.
Did you
it's a
see Steve
sandbox style.
Weeby? He was trying to beat the Donkey Kong record.
I must have missed it because they had the whole thing set up at the G4 booth, and
Did
when I
you
was
it?
there was like nobody
he did not.
there.
However, from what I'm told, he did something that no one has ever done in Donkey Kong before.
he killed Donkey Kong.
No, which I don't know how they like legitimately say that, but apparently he jumped 3 barrels, and people were freaking out because it's never been done in Donkey Kong before.
Oh my
Interesting.
God.
I
He's
can't
gonna-
believe they'd even give you a situation.
He
Oh,
has
'cause you gotta use the ladders.
revolutionized Donkey Kong play with the 3-barrel jump, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God! And holy shit! Did he? Steve Weeb just pulled off the 3-barrel
The
jump in Donkey Kong.
3-barrel
We've never
jump!
seen it before in all the fucking 80 years that this game has been out. Holy shit!
Oh, that was
And then the
worth our
crowd
time.
was like,
3 barrels? No one's done that before? And then they probably all went home and then did it.
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, keep at it, Steve Weaver. I know one of these days before you die, you'll fucking beat out Billy Mitchell in that
Dude, I want to
shenanigans.
punch Billy Mitchell.
He's such a bastard. All right, fat
Oh, some
baby.
of his hot sauce.
Hey,
Alrighty.
one last question. How packed
Yes.
was the show this year?
Not, it was surprisingly, it was a little crowded, but it wasn't as crowded where you had to wait a super long time to play something, unless it was like God of War or Halo. But you could stay at a game for as long as you wanted, and
Nice.
nobody would really bother you. So it was
So
really
it wasn't
nice.
super saturated, is what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good. All right, fat baby. Thank you so much. I hope you had a blast. I know you were only there for one day. Would you have gone back a second day?
It was maybe if the show was a little more crowded and I couldn't get my hands on stuff, but I thought one day was just perfect for me.
Nice. Good. All right. Hey, fat baby. Thanks a lot, dude. And
All right,
I do have all your pictures, but we're gonna use them for Call and Brawl. So thank you
Okay.
for those. Thank
Alrighty
you.
then.
Appreciate that.
Dude, You've
Take
watched.
care. Peace, dude.
You've watched.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
You've watched Chasing Coast and the Donkey Kong movie, right? There's like the two, the King of Kong.
King of Kong.
And then there's Chasing Ghost, which
Right.
is the Pac-Man
The
one.
Pac-Man.
Dude, that Billy Mitchell guy comes off as such an arrogant prick, dude.
You're like,
Who?
Fatality.
He does, doesn't he?
but he's been like that for years. That's like nothing new.
I know, but it's
But,
like
like, that
Fatality's learning
fucking-
from him, dude.
That mullet,
It's like
too,
mini
dude.
Billy Mitchell a little bit.
You know, business in the front, party in the back, dude. Motherfucker, dude.
All right, are we ready
Fuck
to?
you.
We've still got 2 things to do. We're gonna, last but not least, give away our Uncharted 2 beta key giveaway. But first, we're gonna talk about 2 games that we did get a chance to play. And then I know people really wanted us to have open phones tonight. But listen, I called Suma. I was like, Suma, just right now agree with me that Call and Brawl on Sunday will be nothing but E3 call-ins. She's like, yes, absolutely, let's do it. So, all your call-ins, I know it's kind of like selfish or shameless self-promotion, but exactly, all of our call-ins are going to happen on Call and Brawl on Sunday. And plus,
I'm glad,
there will be...
I'm glad we can take part in the
maybe we
call-ins.
will do
You
that.
know,
that show.
I'm glad Force and Ed get a part of the call-ins.
I just
Sorry, dude. We can...
No, dude,
I just
no,
want to
that's-
move on with our
we could
reviews.
do-
It's already
No,
10 minutes
dude,
over.
Suma, you have the power to speak for me, dude. Go for it.
All
right, Suma.
Hey, you. I hope you'll call in.
Maybe I
Ed?
will. What time is Call and Brawl?
It's at 1 p.m. Eastern
Yeah,
Standard Time.
sorry,
Great question.
I'm running Lossville.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've got to take down fucking... I don't even remember that lizard's name that
Yeah.
spawns a second lizard with lightning. What is that
So,
lizard's name?
Fucking, I don't even remember.
See, you play
I
the
can't
game, you don't
even remember the last time I've been in Lossville.
It's
been a
not
few
good.
weeks.
I could
Because
guarantee you we
soccer
won't go
season
3
has
hours.
started, and I've been
That's
playing
right,
soccer.
on
So
Sundays.
on Sundays,
All
I
right.
play soccer.
Let's real quickly, because I don't know why I was excited to try this, but just the whole concept and thought of it. 1 versus 100 on Xbox Live. You get in, it uses your avatar. It's got a live host that is like
It had a
updated throughout the
sweet
game.
system too, where it like notified me in game, "Hey, this is starting," because I said I would like to be notified when it's starting, and I was playing a game and it popped up and said 1 versus 100 is starting now. Jumped in it, got in the lobby like right away. That blew me away.
Who are you kicking?
JP Juice 23. I asked him if that was boring. Anyway, I really thought the concept of it was awesome, and 1 versus 100, the show, like actually fits perfectly with like what they were doing, because I mean, you can't, if you were doing like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or one of the other, I don't know, Deal or No Deal, it's still kind of like a one-person participating
Show as opposed
thing.
to 100 people
Right.
to participate in this.
Right. So 1 versus 100, simple concept. You got one guy and then 100 people in the mob, and then everyone else is playing in the crowd. And the cool thing about what they plan to do is that even the people and the top scorers in the crowd,
The top 3 of the crowd get
will
points.
earn something. So it's
The crowd actually has a better shot at earning points than the mob does.
Right.
Because the mob only
Right.
earns points if the guy gets the question wrong.
Right.
I played a game where the guy walked away with the points. I watched a game where he failed and the mob won.
Right.
So
right.
it was different each time.
So, it was in beta. They weren't actually giving away points. It seemed like they did have some issues because the live guy didn't come on all the time. But just the concept of a guy
He was there and he was like,
it.
he was reading the paper's headlines just to let you know, hey, I'm live and really doing this right now for you guys. And I thought that was pretty cool. I like the fact that there were Nintendo questions on it, Sony questions on it.
And in fact, tomorrow night they're having an all E3 trivia, 1 versus 100.
Oh, that's right. That is tomorrow.
So yeah, it's still going to be beta. It's this is an Xbox Live free arcade download,
and it's not even a download. It just you jump in, you say I want to play, and it does all the downloads hidden in the background. You're right in the lobby playing the game. There's no download it, install it, and launch it. You just say I want to play it, and you're playing it.
And you're just automatically
And you see all the avatars spinning around. The camera shows back. You're in the audience.
You're in the audience.
And freaking the fact that there's no downloads was pretty sweet.
But like Jen and I sat here, and we were like, this is kind of cool. And of course, you're also even when you're in a crowd, they pair you with 3 other guys.
You're competing against another
You're competing
crew.
against the whole crowd, but you're also competing with like your little group that you're in too. And then it keeps lifetime points, and it keeps all these weird stats about how quickly you answer and your accuracy.
And do you type in the answers?
No, it's like
multiple choice.
multiple choice.
And you get points based on how fast can you answer.
Yeah. When it comes out of beta, do you DOC? What? I don't know what that is. I'm not quite sure. But very, very good stuff. I definitely, if you got an Xbox, check out the demo tomorrow. It's at least worth checking out.
It's worth the money.
Anything else?
Price of free.
I played 4 games until I was bored.
That's how many I made it through too. Is 4.
But
the games go quick. Like I couldn't play for 2 hours straight. Like
they have 2-hour sessions, so I could see myself we got a session.
Like,
I'll play a couple games. Fuck it.
The people that go to the bar and play those like trivia games.
That type of crowd will hit on.
It is.
So
it is
totally
kind of like that.
Crowd.
Plus, if you have the chance, one guy. During the games I was playing, he got up to like 1 versus 8, and they were like, he was at 10,000 Microsoft points.
Really?
Yeah, he again, they weren't giving away the points then because it was still beta. But when it's live,
and there's real points on the line, it's going to be hot.
Yeah,
dude.
Do you spend
awesome.
points to play?
No, it's free to play.
You win Microsoft points, and then you also You also can win like Xbox Live games.
And the way it works is every time you participate, you get a ticket, like your name thrown in the booth. So like if you play 5 games, your name is now in the pool 5 times, as opposed to everyone else is only in there once.
Okay.
So the more you play it, the better chance you have of being called to be the guy, the one. They call him the one.
Okay.
Right. And did they say they didn't quite go into too much detail about how they're going to choose the one? I don't think
It's totally random.
It is
random.
It's totally random. They said the more you play, the more
forums.
chances you have.
This is happening on Xbox Live, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
User 81.
This is gambling. I bet it gets banned. I don't know why it would exactly.
It's not gambling because
Microsoft
we're not putting
has
up any
every
money.
right, and they have every
yeah.
right to
give away
give away their own
we're not
points.
putting up money.
There's no money being put up, so it's technically not gambling.
Right.
So.
Right. All right, so before we give away our Uncharted 2 beta keys and, of course, wrap the show, we're going to introduce a 3-week-long segment here at Epileptic Gaming. And,
it's like, oh, sweet, dude, I can use the same graphic for 3 weeks.
That's exactly what I told Forrest. So here it is. It's going to be the 3-week battle in the sandbox.
I want to see
and
this.
The way that it's going to work, that's Nice Guy Ed, actually, in his younger gypsy-like years. And
Exactly.
and we're going to be reviewing Infamous tonight, PS3 exclusive. Then we're going to be reviewing Red Faction. Ed and Force have been playing it on the on the 360. I've been playing it on the PS3. And then we're going to also review Prototype, which Ed will not get to review. That is because D-Ra will be on that show.
I lost the bet, and D-Ra's going to host the show.
Bet. So
the Prototype
You'll
review.
be jealous, too, when you watch her play it.
Yeah,
I just have a feeling.
Dude.
But
actually, maybe not, because you know why she's. Oh no, never mind. I can't get into that right now.
What?
Well, I am officially in the Ion Open Beta, which started today.
Did you play it? Install it?
Yes.
I installed it. I'm hoping I can go home and play a little bit before I go to work. I'm going to play tomorrow. I have a soccer game at 1, but I think I'm going to skip the soccer game.
More details,
so that
please.
I can play
About
Ion.
what?
About Wheat's like Ed, like where we be from 2 to 3
Oh,
p.m. and then from 4
more.
to 5,
I thought
what you
about
doing?
Ion. I thought you were actually being serious.
No, and I'm very excited to play some Ion. I can't. Yes, soccer. Laugh out loud. I play actual soccer.
He
I
actually
do
does.
physical things besides playing video games like golf and soccer and
Loser.
lifting
Actually, he does
weights and-
physical things a lot more than he plays video games, which
Yeah.
is really starting to worry me. But that's okay. Ed's
punching
still
people
got
at the bar.
it. Exactly.
I knocked a guy out Friday night, but whatever. I'll get into that some other time. He deserved it, and I punched him fucking hard. Like, lifted him up hard.
Ed, working at a bar gives Ed actually the license to just beat the fuck out of someone every once in a while. So just about every 3 months or so, Ed will have another
And the beauty
I had
thing
to fucking
is,
choke out a dude the other night, man. I mean, he was fucking with the bar.
Yeah.
I have every right, you know.
And the thing is these people, like the guy tried to grab me and I punched him, and he went to jail for assault on me.
Yeah.
Since I'm in a bar and I'm running the bar, and he grabbed me, I'm defending myself, and he goes to jail. He's got a fat lip,
Congratulations.
and he can't come back in the bar. So that's how it
Is
works.
the Ed gonna have to choke a bitch? All right. Back to this battle in the sandbox, which was not Ed's fight. Infamous is our first title, PS3 exclusive. Force rented this one. I bought it, partially because I wanted the Uncharted 2 beta, but I'm not sad that I bought it. The question is will I be sad that I bought it once I'm through all 3 weeks of sandboxing? And with that being said, let's I'll play a little footage here from Infamous, and Force, I'm going to let you kick this off.
I will tell you that this is the way to set up a battle because Infamous has set the bar pretty freaking high.
Totally.
If Red Faction and Prototype want to compete, it's going to be tough because Infamous is a pretty sweet take on the sandbox genre. We've talked about it before. We've talked about how it's like Prince of Persia meets Grand Theft Auto meets the Incredible Hulk type of superhero game.
Right.
And the fact that it's able to combine all 3 of those so seamlessly really blows me away. I love the fact that sensation you got the first time you start scaling buildings and seeing how much freedom you have in this world. Because right away you're like, oh my god, I can't drive cars. This game sucks. Fail. But then you were like, wow, this is how I go around this city. The fact that everything that your guy does just feels so fluid, looks so good. The powers are incorporated so well. It's such a dynamite concept brought to life. This is a superhero who can use lightning. The fact that they were able to incorporate that ability into everything your guy does throughout the whole game
and the story
is really awesome.
for the most part. And Force, I just want to add to that it wasn't the combat that got me hooked on this game right away. It was actually the free range of movement.
The platforming part of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's just so perfect. And it actually did get to the point, I got to be honest, where it almost got a little too sticky for me. Like sometimes I wanted to be
there
able
were
to
a lot of
jump
times where
backward,
you'd stick to an object
but
and you didn't
I
want
found that when I really started using the circle, which is basically the drop button, it got a lot better. It was then after mastering the movement that you really start to appreciate the combos or the combat system even more. It is kind of like having a bunch of generic guns turned into powers. But the good news is that since you're upgrading these powers, you do constantly feel like you're getting more and more powerful.
Yep.
And I think that's important to the grand scheme of the game.
I like too that the fact they give you almost like this RPG element in that you level up your weapons by kicking bad guys' asses. Each time you kick a bad guy's ass, you get XP, depending on if you want to suck his life or if you want to put handcuffs on him. The fact that you always have that choice and you're always getting XP for it, I really like that. It kept you committed to a lot of times you just want to run from the bad guys in a sandbox game, just get the hell out of them.
Right.
But here I want to stop and battle and milk them for the XP.
Right. Now, one thing going into Infamous, when the demo came out, I said that I needed variety or else I was going to have a hard time completing this game. I'm not going to lie. I haven't finished it. Unlike Force, I went from Infamous to Red Faction. And I don't think I'm going to end up finishing Infamous until after I'm done. I'm on maybe, I don't know, halfway through the second island now. But there is a level of repetitiveness.
This is what separates a good sandbox game from a great sandbox game is the variety, and it's the same thing that happened to like the Assassin's Creed that we're bagging on. Really sweet those first few hours,
Right.
But then you start to realize that mission that I just did, tailing that guy, I'm going to do that mission 10 times.
Yeah.
That mission I just did where I've got to invade that truck and stop that truck, I'm going to do that
And
10
granted,
times.
it's not the same, just like all of those games, but the fundamental what you're doing in the mission is pretty much
It's pretty much
the same. So what it came down to, Force, is like I just started going, well, fine, I'm just going to kick ass in style. And so I just tried doing, like, I would just constantly just try to do the most ridiculous shit.
What I liked is that the fact that while the missions were repetitive, I still felt suckered into doing them because I wanted to see that 100% bad guys gone. You know, so even though it was repetitive, I just knew, like,
me too.
I just like avoided the stealth title, the stealth mission until I had to do it, and you know, things like that.
And I do see some here. Max says that, oh no, I'm sorry, it was Tarius who said Infamous has so many different types of missions than Assassin's Creed, and he's right.
Yes.
You know, I thank you, because I did not want to play. If this was more like Assassin's Creed where there was 4 different types of missions, I probably would have made it to like that second island and then just
been
stopped.
done.
Just
There
stopped.
is, but it's still, after the course of the game, there might be 12 different missions, but it's still the same 12.
Right. Different environments. They changed up a little bit. I did like that one mission where like you had to save the engineers and then you had to like protect them while they were putting the bridge down. You know, like
I like the missions where you're like, they've gimmicked an electric platform. Now you've got infinite ammo to do shit, and you could just go nuts.
Totally
and I
go
love
crazy.
the fact that you get that the zoom in ability that gives you permanent slow motion throughout the game. So you can start doing all these stylish kills through your sniper rifle. And I like the fact that this game, when I played it, I was up till 2 a.m. almost from wake till the sunset playing this, because I really did like it. Yes, it was repetitive, but I was crazy freaking hooked on it. I really had a great experience with it.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like graphics and sound, the game looks amazing. The game sounds amazing. One of my favorite things is when you get those little television
Dude, when you first see yourself pop up in the world and you're like looking at a TV in a store as you're walking by, you're like, or you see it on the big,
the
New
big
York
screens.
Times,
and they're always
rip-off.
talking about shit you're doing. And the funny thing is more times than not, they're covering up you being a part of it. So like you just save this medical crate and they'll be like, some, team came in and helped the medical, and you're like, dude, that was, what do you mean? I was like, so there's constantly like this like the media trying to like smear your name, but then as you clear out the areas, the people love you. So it's got like, that is unique. Now I played good, and that's the other thing about this game. There is some replay value in that playing bad gives you an entirely different experience, not only from what I've heard, the people having different conversations with you based off of the choices
the way they
you
react to you, they'll run from you and shit in the world and stuff.
And even the main characters, like that chick that you're constantly meet up, I think as you play good, she like sort of gets back on your good side. I think if you play bad, she continues to stay away. But also the powers, like a completely different, basically set of powers, where good is sort of based on avoiding good guys and also like incapacitating bad guys. The bad is all about how much fucking destruction can you cause. So
I will tell you that good and evil situation, that there's a situation presented in the game where you choose between a loved one and someone else, that gave me like one of the hardest video game choices I've ever had to make in a game. And I told you that I'd played through an hour-long stage and I was so unsatisfied with the outcome of the story, I went through and replayed that entire hour again just to have a different outcome. It was one of those holy shit moments in gaming for me. It only happened once out of all the moral choices, but it's sticking with me.
So, I mean, as far as like the battle in the sandbox, I think you're absolutely right and said it best for us, is that this game set the bar. This game definitely said, yo, I'm a sandbox game, hear me roar. And in the grand scheme of things, there's been a lot of sandbox games that I've picked up and just not enjoyed past the first even 3-4 hours. Godfather 2 was a great example of that,
crap.
This game, like, again, and I've seen some other people say it in chat, that even though there's some things that frustrate them about the game, they still like can't stop playing it. And honestly, and maybe this will just be a preview for next week, but so far the only game that got me to stop playing Infamous was hands down Red Faction Guerrilla. So it'll be interesting how it.
All I know is that Red Faction's got to bring a lot to the table to top this one.
What?
So it's got to bring a lot to the table to
Okay.
top Infamous. I thought Infamous was a great experience.
I mean, it was, and I would definitely say worth the. Well, I bought it off of Amazon. It was like a little bit cheaper.
Dude, this
Paid
is a
about
freaking.
$50.
This is a reason to own a PS3, dude. This is exclusive to the PS3. I think if you're in the sandbox genre, this is a must-play title.
And 2 Inches is right. There's definitely some bugs. I had mentioned that one time I went to heal someone, and my body like teleported across the city, and my arm
I
like
fell
stretched.
through the map. I fell through the map twice.
Yeah, but then it just fixed itself. So it wasn't like a game-breaking bug. It wasn't like, I was totally screwed. But, I really would suggest this one. And you're right. If you're a PS3 owner looking for an exclusive, it's a good exclusive. I bet there's a lot of people that are disappointed they didn't get a chance to, play through this
When
game.
Jack Trent came out for PS3, he's like, "Oh, have you got bags under your eyes from playing Infamous?" I was like, "Dude, that shit has screwed up my sleep schedule for the last week." You're right.
Did we see the bottom of his shoe? I don't know if you can see the bottom of his shoe, dude. But if Sony ever releases Project Natal, one day we will. One day we will. All right, so that's Infamous, and we are going to wrap the show with Uncharted 2 beta keys. And I really enjoyed this the last time we did it. So we're going to do it here again. And I've actually got, let's see. I don't know.
Start turning. Should we start turning the machines on?
Yeah, you better start turning your PS3s on. I was looking. Is there like a controller on here so I can switch it to the TV?
There's a big one on top of your speakers. Is that it?
That's not it.
That's not it.
It's the other one. Of course, it's never when I need it.
There's nothing like getting to catch that on camera. The fact that yes, you're not the only one who loses your
Did you
remote.
find it?
No, dude.
God damn it! What?
Walk by and grab it.
No, that son of a bit. All right, well, I'll just get up and be lazy.
Dira, by the way, everybody.
Watch this, guys.
pink
Wheat
in her
is
hair.
getting up, moving to the TV to hit the input button. This is one of the first times this has ever happened, folks. He will spend 4 hours looking for a remote instead of 4 minutes hitting the input button. Holy shit. Was that on film? Hot damn.
Oh,
Wow,
and
there's a first time for everything.
my PS3 turned off. So, all right. I hope that you guys got your Now, there is something to be said. First off, I want to thank dvd.co.uk for hooking Epileptic
Where'd
Game.
that come from? Like, how they hook up
Fan
with
of
you?
the show, dude.
Nice.
Fan of the show. Emailed me, said, hey, dvd.co.uk wants to give the shows, 10 beta keys. So the last time we did this was for the Fat Princess, right? The thing is that we only had one key, so it kind of got screwed. Now, last time I used this account, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use this account.
This is the one you used.
This one?
Yeah.
No, I think I used
It was
that
Zombie
one.
Wheat. It was
You used
absolutely
Zombie
Zombie
Wheat.
Wheat.
Yeah, it was Zombie Wheat. So I'm going to use this one.
Why don't you make a new account?
Because it takes too long.
No.
It's not like I can just do it. Where are you going? Are you really unexcited for this? All right. We got 10 keys to give away. I'm looking at my receive list. I see it right there, 1022. The first 10... Oh, yeah, I had to give the... So, because they came from dvd.co.uk, they are UK-based.
Okay.
Which means, A, Euros, this is going to be your contest. But B, if you aren't a Euro and you still win, you can sign up for a UK account if you don't already have one, and then you can download it and
So
play it.
what's the word?
What? What is the word?
What is the word?
All right. So I believe that everyone who wants to, the first 10 people, so speed is a factor. You have to send it to SC4-djWHEAT. It's my Soul Calibur 4 account. SC4-djWHEAT, and the subject message must say this: Nathan Drake is back. First 10, go. Oh yeah, with an exclamation point. First 10, we're going to give away Uncharted 2 beta codes. You've been playing it for us. What do you think?
I think that you get a deathmatch map. You get a map to capture the loot on, which is actually a pretty sweet concept because you throw the loot across the map. And then you get a co-op map, which I was not expecting. There's a 3-player co-op single stage. That's pretty fun, folks. It's short, but it's a sweet look into the future of what you get when you get the whole title.
We must be a little lagged because I have not seen a single. Either that or no one actually cares about Uncharted 2.
Sweet.
SC4. Hey, that just means 10 codes that I can hand out to all the buddies. SC4-djWHEAT. Nathan Drake is back. Maybe they're still...
Yeah, trying to add you. Why did we change it? Why did we not go with Zombie Wheat?
Because I don't know if I could keep track of all the messages. Remember how many freaking messages?
Yeah, there were a million last time.
I don't know. So first 10, it will go until we get 10.
The account is failing.
It's a failing?
Yes.
Fuck, man. How is it failing? Like
I don't know,
mail
dude.
right there.
People are saying it's failing, dude.
All right, everyone's like, ha ha ha. All right,
we're gonna change it up. New
Zombie
account.
Wheat. Zombie Wheat. Zombie Wheat. Nathan Drake is back.
All one word, folks.
All one word. All one word? It doesn't need to be all. Bye.
Bye, ladies. Have fun.
Like, just leave.
You're like, why, Force? Why are you leaving
There's
in the middle of
one
the
right
show? I'm
there.
like, I have
All right.
a wife leaving and a kid I have to
There's
feed.
two.
right.
There's 3.
That one has a question mark. Nathan Drake is back? Question
Yes,
mark.
Teddy, he is back. It's
All
not
right.
a question.
Teddy got it. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and give the first 10 codes
So we
out.
got-
So hold on.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We'll come back to that.
7, 8, 9.
We got enough.
We got him, dude. No more, folks. We got all 9.
Oh my god.
Oh, he hit the input button and it brought up the cable screen.
Fucking shit. Can you hit it?
Is
one
that
more
the
time?
Is that it?
Yes.
Oh,
God.
Force comes in with the win.
Yeah, it was
Finds
stuck
the
up your
remote.
ass all freaking night.
Actually, it's
That's
behind
why.
Ed's
I got
ass.
it. Don't
That
worry.
explains
I
it
got
all.
it. It was under Ed's ass. So, thank you again, dvd.co.uk, and congratulations to all of our winners. I know I was getting spammed. Sorry about the failed account if that caused anyone to not win. But now the awesome thing is as I get to wrap up the show, I'm gonna make Ed and Force type all those fucking codes into you
No,
guys.
Dude, my contract with you expired 3 minutes
thing
ago.
is,
What?
I give you a half hour after 8 o'clock to
I
use
don't
me.
think you.
No one can
I don't
see you,
think
by the
you
way,
s-
Ed.
I don't.
Just so you know.
Well, I don't think you screwed anybody. All 10 listeners of our show that have a PS3
Actually,
are trying on
and
that.
yeah,
There's that one
and
guy.
I'm
who's
11.
damn.
So
and you're number 11.
who won?
so-
I guess you'll find out in the next. We will deliver those keys within the next half hour. Okay, so you will know if you are a winner. Within the next
It'll
half
take us
hour.
that long, folks.
So, fuck.
Let's wrap it up.
That's it, you guys. I mean, what are our final comments?
No, I just
Next week we're all gonna review the same game.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are. Next
finally.
week will be Red Faction.
Red Faction.
Now, is next week gonna be one of those super shitty no news weeks because everything
everything
came
came out
this
of
week?
E3. No,
Yeah.
now it'll be all the drama, all the
well,
fake
next
shit,
week,
all them
next
calling
week, then
it.
we'll have a lot of people that can call in. You know, since we didn't give them a chance now.
Yeah, there were some titles that we didn't get to.
Yeah, and then maybe I'll be able to do a little Ion first.
Oh yeah, that's
a little
right,
sneak
dude.
preview.
I'm
So,
actually
yeah.
really excited for that because when Ed plays an MMO, he'll nitpick the shit out of it. And if, I mean, you liked Warhammer pretty much off the bat,
I
so
did.
that's going to be the biggest thing. Is
Yeah.
like, will Ed love it off of the bat?
Actually, there's something you don't know that I'm doing on the side.
What's that?
And that's I've been writing for a Warhammer blog site about the Shadow Warriors. So I got asked by this guy. His name's Michael, and he's doing
Popular.
He's
nice
doing
guy,
a,
Ed.
he's doing a Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Oh, I
he
like that
doesn't.
idea.
He doesn't want to do a show that's going to conflict with EG.
Right.
So he's not doing a show on Friday night, but he's doing a podcast 3 days
On
a week
Saturday?
about Warhammer Online. And he
3
invited,
days a week.
yeah,
Wow.
dude, and he invited me to actually write for his blog site. So, yeah, if people
Word.
care,
I
whatever.
care.
I know you care.
That's
so
awesome. I'm going to tweet about it. He's given
Let's
the camera
tweet.
wrap up, and he's absolutely right. It is time. We went about 30 minutes over, but we had a lot to cover. Next week, episode 177, we're going to be reviewing our second Battle in the Sandbox game. It'll be Red Faction. In fact, probably going to be playing a little bit tonight. Loving it. But full review, we'll see. I'm still.
You're a wad shooter, dude.
What?
You can't keep any internal feelings. You're like, oh my god, it's so good. I just can't wait to play it. And then people will be like, next week, what's he going to think about it?
No, they don't know what I really think about it. I'll just leave it with that.
Yeah.
On behalf of myself, Force, Nice Guy Ed, and the
fun,
entire
guys.
cast and crew of Epileptic Gaming, guys, E3 was phenomenal. 2009 was the bomb. I look forward to Tokyo Game Show, probably one of the next big shows coming up. But I think I'm pretty satisfied overall with that show. So with that being said, we'll see you next time on another edition of Epileptic Gaming. Peace.